Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, just in case you were new here, and yeah, it is officially time for the long-awaited tattoo tour thing. Quick little update on my abdomen situation. I did just pull something. I've been going to the bathroom normally, stomach still outputting, so I just overdid it. Because that's me. I do that a lot. Other than that, we had a very interesting weekend. We had some pretty bad hail, so I'll post that video here. But anyways, I want to go ahead and get into the tattoos. They're not going to be in order. The only two that I can tell you for sure are the first one and the last one. I know exactly which ones those are, and I'll go ahead and get into it. So my first tattoo that I ever got is actually right here on my leg. I know you're not seeing it yet, but there's a story behind it. I've always wanted tattoos. I've always liked tattoos. I've always been very big in art and painting and drawing, which I need to get back into painting. My dad's always been kind of against them. Wasn't a fan of them, but one of his very close friends owns a tattoo shop, and I remember my 18th birthday was coming up, and I was like, Dad, like, can you take me to your buddy's shop and go get my first tattoo? And he's like, nope, I will not take you to a tattoo shop. I will not pay for your tattoos. That ain't gonna happen. So I took that as, okay, I'll just buy a tattoo kit. So I went on eBay, found a $50, $60 tattoo kit. They came with everything. So I decided to tattoo myself. They had a big 30 by 30 shed in the back where me and my friends used to hang out. I went ahead and said, screw it, I'm going to go tattoo myself. So I go into the back, get everything set up. I watched a few videos to kind of get the idea of it. A lot of these tattoos are screwed up because I thought I was really good at art. And tattoos are just another form of art, so no. This one actually didn't turn out too bad. It's these music notes right here. The skull one was actually the very first one I did. I'm big into music as well. I decided to do a music note with the skull because, you know, music till death. So I went ahead and I did that, and then one day I decided I was going to add on to it, and I tattooed these two after in one of my old buddy's rooms while he was trying to sleep. So I shaved my leg, and like, I didn't think too much of it. I just kind of looked at it as like, I'm just tattooing myself in his room, it's no big deal. I just kept forgetting how loud tattoo kit is, or tattoo gun, whenever you're using it. He slept through it somehow. Don't know how, but he slept through it somehow. Yeah, that was the first ever tattoo I ever did. It was a lot of fun. It didn't hurt as bad as I thought it would. There was some spots that were tender, like getting closer to the calf muscle and whatnot, but these were a lot of fun. This one back here that you can kind of see, a old friend of mine that I was kind of teaching, she wanted to get into it. I'll throw the image of what it was supposed to be right here. For one, it's one of my favorite bands. It's A Day to Remember, and they had an album called Homesick. Well, I've always I love that album. It's got some of my favorite songs on there. I was like, screw it, you know, you get that on there because I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up. But you're homesick for a home that you've never been to. If any of y'all know what I'm talking about, I may have even put it in the video somewhere, but that was the reason for that tattoo. And I'm not gonna sit there and tell you that all my tattoos have reasons, but there's a story at least. So yeah, that was going to be that one, and I loved it because it was a home that was sick and it had an ice pack on its head, and it's also from one of my favorite bands, so I went ahead and said screw it and got it. Continuing on to the leg, there's this one that I really, really like. Actually, I gotta show it to you this way first. If you look at it this way, spelled B-R-E-A-T-H-E. Breathe. And this way, everybody sees it a lot easier. Is M-U-S-I-C. So it says breathe music. Once again, it's another tattoo of I really enjoy music. It was always a big part of my life, so I got that tattoo. I think it's an ambergram. Could be wrong. but I believe that's what it is. And then another, just continuing on with the damn leg. I got the old Slipknot S because Slipknot was another favorite band of mine. This is where more of the I was tattooing on myself and not that good at it. So yeah, this right here, I don't know why, but it's a zombie unicorn. I don't know why, I don't know what for, why do it, but I don't know. I thought it looked cool and I wanted to practice, and it's not terrible, but it's not good. And then continuing on the zombie thing, this is old Zombie Link from Legend of Zelda. I wanted to, there was this really cool image I saw of him as a zombie, and you can't really see it now because it's kind of faded and like blotched out, so I ended up using too big of a needle, and it was way too detailed for me to start with. Now this one's very washed out, like bad. I ended up doing my ex-girlfriend of like years and years ago. I let her tattoo me, and unfortunately you can no longer read what this is supposed to say. It's just, these are words, sorry for the mosquito bites, but these are words, but too big of a needle was used, and just, young kids thinking that we could do artwork when we needed way more practice. But I mean, how else do you practice besides fake skin, pig skin, orange peel? Why do that whenever you can just tattoo yourself or your friends or your boyfriend or girlfriend, But that is actually supposed to say, what doesn't tear you apart gives you peace. And I got that from a band, Born of Osiris. And it's kind of it's a take on what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So what doesn't tear you apart gives you peace. It's always just stood out to me. I've loved the saying. It was great. And then, not to get too personal here, but I gotta hike this leg, or these pant legs up. This, I was very, still novice. It's not good. You can't really tell what it is, but there's supposed to be a bar going down, like going through my leg, and all right here and right here. Supposed to be muscle tissue, and if you can kind of tell, that's the Umbrella Corp symbol, and all these hoses were supposed to be connected into my thigh, pumping in the T-virus and the antivirus. Well, as you can tell, I never finished it. Started getting pretty just down because I wasn't getting to the point of tattoo like I wanted to, as quickly as I wanted to, so I just didn't. That's the legs. That's all I did on my legs. But going up the body, I've got to take off my shirt. Hold on. This is the symbol from Supernatural. It's anti-possession. They have it like up here or up here, but I'm glad I didn't get it on the chest, because if I would have gotten it over here, I think it would have been ruined by the port surgery. And then over here, I don't know, I just wanted to be different, and I got it right there, which sucked. Like, getting your sternum tattooed sucks. Just like the back of the calf where the Slipknot tattoo is. Two of the worst tattoos I ever got pain-wise. They sucked. I know it looks like just bumps and whatnot, but I actually have a tattoo that goes across here that I never got finished because I didn't have the money for it. And it's from another band called Suicide Silence. And the lyric said, you only get one shot. And on the back, or on my back, it says, so shoot. Oh man, I've got tattoos on my back. That's going to be fun to try and show y'all. So it was supposed to look like it was carved with a knife in my chest. I was getting it done by an apprentice at Texas Legends, and money was tight. I was a kid, didn't have the greatest of paying jobs, and slowly but surely could not afford it. So, I never got a chance to get it finished. And then whenever I could, and I had the money for it, she had moved to a different shop, and she had a kid. She, just whatever. Life happens. And then now, it's so faded after 15 years, it's just faded out. So now anytime I go to the doctor and they're giving me like chemo, or I get some kind of medicine, or they give me a CT scan, they're like, are you having some kind of reaction? I'm like, no, old tattoo, don't worry about it. It's alright, it's fine. You're good. You're fine. Can you zoom in on that? So that's the Superman symbol, and it's supposed to be all like looks like tars on it and whatnot. And we ended up getting kind of matching tattoos. Me and an old friend. I did his Green Lantern symbol on the same spot, and once again, we're young, dumb, didn't know much about tattooing, didn't know what size needle you use, all this other stuff. So I've got a thick needle. And it is like 33 degrees outside, and I'm trying to tattoo his skin's tight and all this other crap. It just didn't work. But he ended up getting that. I wanted the Superman symbol, not because like I was a big Superman fan, but it was more of like I'd been through my own kryptonite of life and whatnot, and I'm still here. So that's the reason I got it. And then we had another friend that was supposed to get the Flash symbol, and that just never happened. Where you at? You can kind of see it. But yeah, that's the monster logo. That one's pure and simple. Me and my ex really liked Monster, so we decided, hey, let's go get matching tattoos. So now, unless she's got it covered up, we both have matching Monster symbols on our shoulders. So that's fun. And then the giant tree in the back, that was another one that my ex was tattooing on me. And I never got it finished, not because it hurt, but because when she would start tattooing, it tickled so bad, and I could not move. Like, I was jumping all over the place, like, no, stop, hang on, this sucks, hang on. It was supposed to be a tree that was really pretty from the roots up, and as it got higher and the branches started growing, it started dying off and all this other stuff, and it was just basically like, as you go, it's kind of like that memento mori thing, like, remember, you must die. So it's like, everything happens, and then you start getting these scars and battle wounds, and then as it fades off, you just kind of fall apart and die. Like, it was a very pretty idea, but very sad, I guess you could say. One of the most meaningful tattoos I have is this one on my forearm. It's got the initials SSY, and then it is a guitar that was supposed to look like it was cut out of my skin, and all that red is muscle tissue, and then down there is a birthday. The initials stand for, well, I'm not going to say his full name, but it stands for Seth Young. And if it wasn't for him, his younger brother, and his family, I wouldn't be where I am when it comes to music. I wouldn't be into the music that I'm into. He was a big inspiration on why I picked up the guitar in the first place, because when we were younger and like we were in high school, him and his friends would always bring their guitars to school, and they had bands, and it was the coolest thing ever. Like, him and his younger brother, my old buddy, they were constantly in bands, they were constantly making music, and they were really good at it. It was one of those things, like I said, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be into the stuff that I'm into music-wise and all this other stuff. I got that as a memorial tattoo because he had passed away quite some time back from cancer. It was kind of devastating. I mean, there's this person that you look up to that made a massive impact on your life, and they're just gone. So yeah, that one's definitely probably my most meaningful tattoo. Right there, you've got the Sons of Anarchy symbol. I really love the show. It's been one of my favorite shows to watch. I've watched it over and over and over and over again, and by that add a lot more overs. And yeah, I really enjoyed the show. That was the best Grim Reaper I could find, and I've always wanted a Reaper tattoo, so it was kind of like two birds, one stone. Gotta have the Legend of Zelda. Me, my cousin, and my brother used to play that a lot when we were growing up. We played Ocarina of Time like crazy, so I ended up getting that for like remembrance of like the nostalgia times of me, my brother, and my cousin David. The one you see in the videos. I think he is my biggest fan when it comes to these videos. So, hey David, got this, which is another one my ex was working on. It's a Alex Pardé piece. I will put that right here. It was another one of those, like, he's got this tree bursting out of him while he's planting this tiny tree into the earth, and to me that always meant like leave something behind that you want people to know. And You want things to be, somehow for people to remember you. Like these videos. Hopefully I've made my mark somehow. This right here says Iron Boss Brian Eaton. Iron Boss was a company. I can't remember if he owned it or if he was a big part of it. I think it might have been his dad's business. But that's my uncle. That's David's dad. And he had an unfortunate accident where he lost his life on the job. And so I took his symbol, because the Iron Boss and then that star was his original symbol, and then I actually got the iron bar down on the bottom to get his name as another memorial tattoo. Back here you've got a Mario mushroom in a tuxedo. Still not done. You got 5-finger death punch with the Xbox X. I got the 5-finger death punch logo for another old friend of mine who went into the military, and then thinking about like military, I thought, all your war games, and the first thing that popped up was the Xbox X, because it already had an X in the eye, so I just wanted it green. And I had gotten that for him. He was the one that got me into the band. It was kind of like my appreciation. Let's see, and then this, I know you can barely see it, but that says Aldrig Glumar. It's very washed out, unfortunately. It's Swedish for never forget. My mom's dad was from Sweden. He's a big reason why I have that Nordic look to me, that little Viking look. And I never got to meet him, but because of that, that's a big reason why I wanted to get that tattoo, is just another memorial kind of thing. I've got more memorial pieces on here than I remember. And then starting back down here, we've got a Resident Evil gas mask. I did that one drunk at a friend's house. We were about to start drinking, and I was like, I want a tattoo. And they're like, you're going to be drinking. It's like, I don't care. I went and got the tattoo kit, came back, drank a little bit, and went, I know exactly what I want. And then I got that. And it's not terrible. It's something. It's young and dumb. This one is actually a guitar that the neck is broken and the guitar amp is blown out. It was supposed to be like reverse shading to where you could see the stars and whatnot, but it follows all the way around and then plugs into my wrist. Well, that's actually a cover-up that my friend Amy from the old shop did, because I did the liquor from Resident Evil, and it was his head, and the tongue was wrapping around my arm. You can still kind of see the tongue peering through right there at the very end. Went and got that covered up. Obviously much rather the cover up. It looks so much better. This one up here is another, I'm just going to tattoo myself, which it's very hard to tattoo your arm when you don't know what you're doing and you're by yourself. But it was supposed to be the zombie outbreak response team. You can see like some of the letters on team have faded and you can't really see them anymore. There's a lot of like chip spots. Most of my tattoos that I did, they were just in and out. And the thing is, I got that whenever I used to be a lot heavier and had a lot more weight on me. So it was round, like a circle at some point. Now it's a oval. Yeah. But sticking on the zombie thing, that was the stars patch. Supposed to be. Unfortunately, it got faded out too. You got the Resident Evil Umbrella Corp symbol, and then you got the T-virus and the antivirus. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is all my tattoos. I believe. Yeah, that's my tattoo tour. That's nothing great. I mean, there's great stories, don't get me wrong, and I've got plenty of stories of me tattooing people. I'm pretty sure they either got covered up or people regret them, and I don't blame them. So, there's a few people I know that still really like their tattoo, but most people that I did tattoo, I don't talk to anymore. Anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day, on whatever day you're watching this, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, yesterday. If you watch it yesterday, I don't know how you did that, but teach me teach me how to time travel, because I want to go relive some experiences. But other than that, that's all I got. I do plan on getting more in the future. I should be able to get tattoos even on chemo. But we'll see for sure. That's all I got for you now. So, until the next video, keep an eye out for them silver linings. And I will see you. Bye.